We had delivered a load of lumber, and we stopped there to get us a beer. While we were standing there talking, drinking our beer, Grandpa Gragg walked in and got him a knee-high Coca-Cola and put it in his pocket and started back home after a few words of conversation such as hello and how are you and how's the family and so forth. We stood there about another 10 or 15 minutes, and some kid come running in there that I don't remember who it was, but he said there's two men fighting in the road out here and there's blood all over the place. So we jumped in the truck and headed that way. Me and George did. Me and George jumped in the truck and headed that way. We got out there, and it was Grandpa Bill Gragg on top of this guy with a Coca-Cola, with a knee-high bottle that he had...
Jim Gragg.
Jim, that he had bought at the store there, and was hitting this guy over the head with it. Well, come to find out, after we got him off of him and got him straightened up, this guy had come out in the road and stopped and interrupted him, said, I'm going to kill you, you SB. And he took a knife and he slit him all the way across his stomach, below his belt. Grandpa Gragg always wore a belt, below his belt. And his intestines was hanging out.
You saw that?
We saw that. His intestines hanging out. But in the meantime, we got him in the truck. By that time, Dad had run out there because we left him in the truck. We left him at the store. He had run out there, him and Harris. Harris just had one leg, and they had a time getting out there. Dad and George got Grandpa Gragg in the truck and headed to Livingston with him, and they had an old pillow or a seat cushion that they held over his stomach to keep him bent over so his intestines wouldn't fall out. Me and Joe pulled this guy off the road and laid him up in the yard. And the guy whoever the kid was, I can't remember who he was, but he went after Dr. Collins down at Wilder. Dr. Collins got up there, and by the time Dr. Collins got up there, this guy was dead. So that's the way it happened. The whole thing. And it was, Grandpa Gragg it was self-defense, 100% self-defense, because this guy was drinking, he was drunk. And they had witnesses to prove that he was drunk, and he come out there and stopped Grandpa Gragg, old man Gragg, and he told him, I'm going to kill you.
But you actually saw the guts hanging out.
The guts hanging. Well, his intestines, all that gooey looking stuff, I didn't know what it was.
And he was taken to Livingston in the back of a truck.
No, in the truck cab.
And who was with him?
Daddy and George.
Your dad's name was what?
Fletcher Narton.
Okay.
And George Wilson took him to Livingston, and then
Where did you stay there?
I stayed there with the other guy.
Now, was your dad a justice of the peace at the time? Now, did he preside at the hearing later on?
Yeah.
Were you there at the hearing?
I was there at the hearing.
Were you inside?
I was inside.
Tell us everything that you remember about that with details.
Well,
how many days later and everything else?
Well, the trial was probably about 30 to 60 days later.
Talk real loud because of the background.
And about 30 to 60 days after that, but there was no question about it being self-defense, so actually there wasn't a trial as far as anybody's proof is concerned, because all the witnesses knew that this guy was drunk.
So how many witnesses were there that testified?
There was me and George and my father and Joe Harris, the fellow that owned the store.
Yes.
And we knew that Grandpa wasn't the one that was drunk, because he's the one that come in and bought the bottle of pop while we were standing there.
And he just bought one bottle
He just bought one bottle and put it in his pocket and started back home. And he didn't quite get home until this guy come out on the road.
Do you remember what pocket he put it in? Was it his hip pocket?
His hip pocket,
yeah.
But I don't know which one.
Yeah. And Joe Harris is the one with one leg that's still alive today.
I think, yeah, Joe Harris is still alive today. That's right. He's in bad health.
Okay. And you testified at the hearing.
Yeah.
Do you remember what that was called? What kind of a hearing? Was it called a preliminary hearing?
It was something like an inquest.
To determine whether there was enough evidence for him to stand trial.
Yeah.
And was your dad, Fletcher Norrid, was he sitting alone, or was there another justice of the peace?
No, there was another justice of the peace. His name was Casto Key, I believe.
Yes, and they agreed on that.
They agreed that there wasn't enough. The kid that come running in there knew that this guy was drunk to come out and started the fight.
Yeah.
And he was from down around Wilder somewhere, or Vine Ridge, or out in that area. I can't remember who it was.
Did that boy testify?
Yeah, he testified.
And you testified?
I testified. George testified. George Wilson. Dad testified. Joe Harris testified.
Oh, your dad testified even though he was a sitting justice of the peace?
He was sitting justice of the peace. He testified that we was the first in there. And
was there a lawyer questioning them?
No.
So that everybody just got up and told what they saw.
Told their story and just forgot about it.
And then your dad and the other justices of the peace agreed that it was self-defense.
Self-defense, 100%. No question about it.
Well, wonderful.
I told you he had the real word.
No question about it. Self-defense.
Yeah.
And now Grandpa Gragg did this after he was cut.
Yeah.
Okay,
he got the bottle to save himself.
Yeah, he got the bottle out of his hip pocket, which is the only thing he had to fight with, and swung it at the guy, and evidently he hit him or got him down. This was happened before we ever got there. But he had him in the road on top of it and still whacking.
Was he still hitting him when you got there?
Still hitting him when we got there.
Well, do you have any idea why he was so mad at Grandpa?
No.
Because someone thought it was over a dog.
Well, it could have been a past. I don't remember what that was about. But it was strictly. But he come out and he said, "I'm going to kill you, USB." And he said that and cut him.
And this wasn't in front of the store; it was down the road.
It was down the road, about I'd say maybe a quarter of a mile, 300 or 400 yards
toward Grandpa's house.
Toward Grandpa's house, right about where Morgan's store is now.
Table with the leaf put in. Whoever sat there became her kin. Rolling chairs on the